adding us $30 to $50 trillion to the XRP system. That's exactly what this video says. What would happen to the price of XRP if those funds were added to the XRP ledger? We're going to talk about it, and I have some great clips from all over the XRP space as well. Let's get started on this great movie. All right, let's play this video 30 to 50 trillion XRP trade on our tax. The total market size is 1.4 quadrillion, which is all the money that has ever been made. If you look at any of those asset classes, they're all already starting to move on chain, and it's easy to see why people are interested in money marking funds, tokenized treasuries, and other similar instruments. Support for stable coins when you're talking about replacing cash is clear when I see DTCC, Euro, Clearstream. That's 1.4 quadrillion. Yeah, 30 to 50 trillion XRP trades on our SEX. This is still a very small part of a very large market. Now, here we go. $50 trillion in 2 years. Ripple Twitter will play the part again. Okay, let's take a look. So, what are these guys doing? I saw Crypto Eerie post this, and she made a great video. If you're interested in XRP content, you should definitely check out her YouTube channel. She's a legend who was here a lot earlier than I was, and a lot of other people. She's one of the people I look up to in the space to kind of tell it like it is, and she says that the XRP ledger will be part of the XAlarm network non-EVM chain integration in 2024 as well. A lot of different things are going on here as well, like the tokenization of real-world assets and the use of DeFi, HELOCs, and DICs for payments. Our Archex company was named in the video clip I played, and it does a lot of different things. All of this is based on a bunch of different assets in the XRP ledger. For example, if we added $50 trillion to the current value of XRP, the market cap would go up by that much. This is because all of these assets will increase in value. At least that's how I understand it. So let's say the supply is around 45 billion, right? Guys, it changes all the time. It's hard to understand, but ChatGPT says that if you added $50 trillion, the price of XRP would be over $1,000. Okay, and if the circulating supply was much smaller, say 10 billion, people went crazy. As soon as they started buying XRP from all the exchanges, banks, and other institutions, everyone wanted it. There wasn't a lot of XRP floating around at the time. There were about 430 billion XRP in escrow. I can't remember the exact number, which would raise the price to $5,000. Just by adding $50 trillion, right? This isn't going to happen tomorrow, of course. That clip where they said it would happen in 2 years was probably a few months old, so it will take time for all of us. But this is the use case these guys are planning for XRP, right? It's not that crazy to think that the price of XRP could go up to 10,000 or 15,000 when you consider how much value is already out there and how much value will be tokenized and added to things like the XRP system. It's not that crazy, right? This is why I talk about it so much. There is a chance that we will go down the path where XRP is the asset that all of these big institutions use to move value, transact value, or tokenize value. That would be really cool for all of us who own XRP. I'm not saying that 50 trillion will happen tomorrow, but I think that 30 trillion is the least that will be added to that ledger over time. What does that add up to? It can add up to a big deal. I wanted to say how excited I am that we finally released Twin Protocol. We have a seed round opportunity in Kryptonaires for 5 cents, a strategic round for 5 cents that they're giving our community, and Launchpads is doing a launch for 6.5 cents. So we're getting access to Twin Protocol before Launchpads. This is a singularity incubation protocol, which means it's coming out of the incubation system, okay? You have basically Singularity, Ocean, and Fetch are all combining to make a one big mega AI token protocol, and this is going to be one of the first projects that all three of those companies are going to talk about, which is Twin Protocol. The raise is actually going to be great. It's going to be going until Friday, and if you want to join, you actually would need to get a 3-month membership. You cannot go this 5-day free access route because that would not give you a paid membership and time to participate. So if you want to participate, you need to go ahead and sign up for this 3 months. And we're bringing so many opportunities. We have Hourglass opportunities. We have Neo Tokyo opportunities, Neo launch opportunities. I've been gifted with all of this value that is being placed in front of me to help my community members get into the top 2% of actual real crypto projects in the space. It's really exciting. And so let's get back to XRP stuff. And so check this out. Look at who is in this. I love these type of pictures, right? Because it really does show how complicated Ripple's position is around the world, right? Let's start over here, all right? You have a former CIA officer who is now the vice president of regulatory affairs at MasterCard and the director of policy for AML, Cyber Risk, the Crypto Council, and Innovation. You also have cybersecurity experts from the US military and Niall Lang, who is the Undersecretary of Domestic Finance for the US. You also have the head of public policy for the government at Ripple, right? And this whole place, right? The person who developed Chainlink Labs is a key part of all of this. Jeremy Sheridan is the global head of public policy at Paxos and the managed director of FDI Consulting. He used to be an undersecretary for domestic finance and a federal prosecutor. Secret Service, these are some pretty interesting people. They also have Stellar down here, right? Stellar is still important, but it's interesting to see who you see in these rooms talking to these high-level people. Okay, the Ripple protocol has been chosen from the start. This is a great clip from years ago, but guys, I like to go back. A lot of new people are joining, and a lot of people choose to get their XRP news from my channel, so I have to go play the best clips I can find for you guys, even if they are old. I got into that, but there's been a big crash in the last 12 to 15 months. Are you still a believer? So if we were all here in 2010, you would have asked me about the internet. We've seen a big crash in the last 12 to 15 months. Are you still a believer? Do you agree? That's right, the digital currency solution is the most important technological advance I've seen since the internet. It can do a lot more, but the most important thing is that it lets us move valuable things around the world at the speed of light for free. That's it. It has 3 parts of Bitcoin, a blockchain, and the most important thing, which is the digital currency itself. Some people who really understand what's going on with digital currencies know that putting these protocols in place, the blockchain protocol, the Ethereum protocol, and the Ripple protocol, and then letting those protocols make transactions happen. Transactions can be very broad and include more than just moving something of value. They can also include moving anything that has information in it is what makes it work. Yeah, worrying about how much the token is worth right now is a distraction. I don't care what the price of XRP is today, or tomorrow I care what it is worth in 5 years, right? At the moment, it's all getting in the way of my focus. My highs are when things are going well, and my lows are when they're not. I just can't look at it day by day, okay? And if you're someone who just stares at the XRP price, I feel bad for you, because I know that this is still a long way from being widely used. This needs to be regulated all over the world before it can really take off, right? What you need is for the SEC to stop getting in the way in the US. The US has the biggest crypto market in the world, so you need control there. Other countries also need to join in, and they are. But this is still going to take a while, my people. I love this, right? Because banking is going in a direction that can't be sustained, right? Even now, banks are failing, and more will fail because we print money at rates that have never been seen before in human history. We will need a new system to move all of this value to if we want to save who we are as people right now, including the value of our banks, stocks, bonds, and other things. Let me play this for you. It's very important. I think you don't really understand T. All of the banks are broke. Royal Bank of Scotland, Bank Santander, and Deutsche Bank are all broke. Why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami they're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long to add to that problem. You have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere, and most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system we have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name, the artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time, and yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are so we don't have the real cost of money, and yet we blame the retail banks for. Manipulating LIBOR, the sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, commissioner, and plus underneath all this, we talk loosely in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not? About deposit guarantees when banks fail because of their own stupidity and dishonesty, the taxpayers pay for it. This is theft from the taxpayers, and it won't stop until bankers, including central bankers and politicians, are sent to prison for it. Okay, guys, that clip was just too good not to play. Okay, so China Sound Grabber posted this Ripple, Medico, and I know there's a lot more coming. They will be the best solutions for digital assets and custody in the whole market, and they put it here, right? As money comes in, digital asset managers will be very important